it's okay to take that risky step. It's okay to follow the passion. And if you feel like if you have taken the wrong passion as your only path, you can always change.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. I gained conscious from around 12, 13, like 8-10 years at max. I know the word, and I don't have to be too harsh on myself that I have taken a wrong path.
Self-awareness again is a very important thing. Like not what's trending in the market or what buzzing in the market. It's what you are fitting into how you are fitting into the market, in which market you are fitting, where you can stand and perform without getting tired or without leveling down your excitement. So that self-awareness is very important to any individual. Reality checks happen, but self-awareness is a constant thing. You have to get self-aware. Failure will only give you a perception or the small hint of why you have failed. But you have to take that hint and you have to get better every time, even if it's 0.01%.
But you have tried different things, man. Like you have played cricket, you went to sport, and then you went to digital marketing. You have done BBA, and you were a trader too. What is making you to try new things?
To few investors, and they were a little bit not so okay with investing in an edtech company because the market itself is declining, right?
Because I personally felt after the COVID and studying most of my degree in online, I am fed up with this. Obviously. I want to go back to the classroom. I want to go back to the college. I feel like I'm speaking behalf of a lot of youngsters.
But online is an ultimate tool. You can study at your free time and everything. But eventually you cannot just stick to an online platform, right? So that's what I have done. And then after speaking to few investors, they were not much inclined to only edtech.
Hey everyone, welcome to TGD, the Graduate Dropout show. Today I'm with my best friend and also fellow graduate dropout. Today we're going to talk about very exciting things. He himself is a founder of 2 different startups and right now he's working on something very big. So we're going to discuss very exciting topic. So how are you feeling?
Yeah,
how are
it's
you feeling?
Pretty good. The lighting, everything, the atmosphere.
Finally, how does it feel after 22 years, finally growing up and doing everything and coming to my show?
It feels great actually.
Really?
I feel like, we have been a long way, but we haven't lived. We just live for 22 years right now.
Okay.
But seems like we have come so far from, roaming in the on the streets.
Yeah,
now
we did a lot.
Making a podcast right now. That seems very cool actually.
Yeah. So, how are you? How's your work going on?
Yeah, it's pretty good. We are actually growing with a good pace.
Okay.
And probably we'll be in a good shape in a couple of months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those who don't know what you're working on, what is this sweatshirt speaks about?
Yeah, it's Multeway,
Okay.
It's our application.
Yeah.
It's a local networking platform which helps users to connect with other users based on a specific interest within their radius.
All right.
In real time. Yeah. I'll just explain you in a gist.
Yeah.
Right?
Because I don't understand that technical, okay?
It's basically, let's say you want to hang out with someone. Alright, let's say you want to have a badminton partner.
Okay.
So you can connect with the badminton partner within your radius 3-4 kilometers. Instantly I've said you, right? So that's going to be like 6-7 hours if you want to play it today.
Yeah.
Right? Once you post it, whoever are within the radius who are interested in badminton, you can connect with them. You doesn't have to be friends as well with them.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So I can get a badminton partner from your app.
Not just a badminton partner, but you can get any partner as well.
Okay. When are you launching, by the way?
Yeah, we are launching soon.
Okay, I'm
Hopefully
waiting.
you'll be one of the best users as well.
I will stick to this.
Great.
So that I can, hit the neighbor Kasha I have.
Sure, you can do that as well.
If she has the app.
You can recommend her as well.
Yeah, I would definitely do, man. I want to know more about this idea. I want to dig deep into the idea.
Okay.
I think you're one of the persons I have seen from a very young age. You have started many startups, like, you were into digital marketing and then you were into edtech. I know the edtech took some different turn.
Yes.
But finally you're doing this.
It was for the good finally, actually.
Yeah, definitely. You learn something from everything.
Yeah.
Finally, when you're doing this hyper local networking app, correct me if I'm wrong.
You're correct.
Yeah, finally I got this. All right. Okay. So what is it? How did you get this idea? What made you feel like? What is that gap you thought to fulfill?
Like you have mentioned previously, when I started to the tech side building an application, it was an edtech startup. Basically, it's an application for individual instructors to open their own virtual school and sell their courses and teach live interactive classes. Right. But then, like, if you have heard the news, Byju's and other, edtech giants are actually collapsing after the COVID.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
So then I have spoke to few investors and they were a little bit not so okay with investing in an edtech company because the market itself is declining, right?
Because I personally felt after the COVID and studying most of my degree in online,
Yes.
I am fed up with this.
Obviously.
I want to go back to the classroom. I want to go back to the college. I feel like I'm speaking behalf of a lot of youngsters.
True. It's true. It has changed a lot of educational curriculum as well. And but anyways, right now the current trend is a hybrid mode. You just cannot be in online because offline teaches you more of soft skills. The interaction is much better there. But online is an ultimate tool. You can study at your free time and everything. But eventually you cannot just stick to an online platform. Right. So that's what I have done. And then after speaking to a few investors, they were not much inclined to only edtech. Right.
Okay.
So then I was actually taking a shower.
Right? Okay.
Thinking about things as what I can do better and all.
Okay.
Then suddenly I felt edtech is okay. Opening a virtual school is okay.
Okay.
But how are the instructors are going to get the students?
Yeah, that's
Since
a
they are
big
beginners,
question.
right? How are they going to get the sales? That's a big question. So I have thought of making a shout out that I am as an instructor, I am there at a particular place. You guys can actually come and buy my courses.
Okay.
Or it can help offline stores, like stores as in the offline institutes, right? Those institutes can actually use it as a tool to bring the students into their offline institutes and all. Okay. Right. So then I was thinking of this shout out feature and then I have discussed with multiple people, like I have told you as well. And multiple friends as well. I have got a good feedback. And later on I have thought, why only edtech? Why can't I make it generic? Right. So that has changed and I have spoke to a few investors again. Then they have told me that this itself can become a startup. I mean, a different application. Right. So that way I have turned around to local networking. And then from there it was like a good start. Actually, from there, one-on-one, it has been growing and we have got other features as well into the application. And overall, we're in a good shape now, finally.
I visited your office.
Yes.
I did mess around with a lot of your team too. But don't you feel like, there is a lot of competition in this field you have taken? There are big giants coming to this generic networking app. So how do you thinking to tackle this? What is your USP?
It's like there's always big giants in every industry.
Okay.
Coming to edtech or coming to networking or any place. It's just I always think that, big giants is not a big thing to enter a market. Right. But tapping it a different perspective is what is important. Right. Even if you have the similar, even if you're tapping the same market, you need to approach in a different perspective. Right. No one has ever made an application for connecting people locally in real time. Like let's say if you want to go for a concert today, it doesn't make any sense if you're connecting with that person who wants to go for a concert some other day. Right. That person has to be connected with you at that moment so that you can enjoy the moment. Right. Let's say if you want to play cricket today, let's say if it's Sunday, right? You usually get free time on Sundays, right?
So you can, I'm free all the time.
Okay, I can take the cases of college students or the corporate employees.
Okay.
Which some of our friends also are into corporates. Right. So they usually have their free time on Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay.
So it doesn't make any sense connecting with them on some other day.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not just for individuals as well. It's for, let's say there's a yoga studio inside an apartment. Right. How are they going to get the sales in their locality?
Exactly.
Right. They cannot post it on Instagram and think that the local people are going to see it. When they post it on Instagram, it's global, right? It's not just for the locality in Hyderabad, let's say. It's not just for Jubilee Hills or Banjara Hills or XYZ place. Right. It's for everyone. Instagram is for everyone. So when they post a story or a picture, it circulates everywhere. It doesn't specifically target the people who are interested into yoga or XYZ activities.
Okay.
Only if they're interested, they are going to get the conversions.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Now it makes sense to me.
Now it's not just for individuals. Our main mission is to give insightful data for local businesses. So that they can, make business decisions with respect to the data they're going to get. Because in future, as AI is coming, data is the biggest asset.
So, AI is taking over pretty much everything.
Yeah.
How do you feel like, how do you feel about this? How are you planning to tackle this actually?
There's nothing as tackle. You cannot go AI versus you. You just have to make AI as your friend.
Okay.
You have to use it as a tool to be more efficient in less time.
Yeah.
If you want to have that competitive edge anywhere, you need to have that efficiency in workspace as well. You cannot put 2-3 people for one particular task, and burn your money.
Mm-hmm.
When there's such softwares where they can write your, code, or they can write your content, or XYZ, you have to use the softwares.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
again, I'm saying you cannot go against AI. You have to go with the AI. You have to get adapted to the
make
trends.
AI your best friend.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to drown.
Let's not derail. How did you start this entrepreneurial journey? This is not the first time you're starting. But this is the serious one, like pretty much intense one.
Yeah, more of capital and more of people combined. So that's
much
maybe
of
is an
capital.
intense one, yes.
I feel like this is your expensive therapy.
You can say that actually.
Yeah, even this
going
is
to office like literally makes my day very good.
Yeah, even this is my expensive therapy.
Obviously, like whatever you enjoy is
Yeah.
going to be a little bit costly.
After the drama, this is the therapy I have chosen.
I got you.
Yeah,
Okay. So back in 2021, I've started DigiBros. I'll just actually tell you the story of it.
Yeah, please.
There was a placement drive going on for the internships.
I know this. Yeah, please do.
I'll just explain for the audience whoever is going to listen it. Right, so there was a placement drive going on for internships, and then 10 people were shortlisted. I was one of them.
Yeah.
That was a very shitty role, to be really honest.
Yeah.
Right. So then I was pretty sure that I was going to be selected, but then suddenly they have told me that I have not been selected, but my other friends have been selected. I'm happy for them, but deep down I felt like I don't wish to work with these people, but because I felt that I'm not fit to these people.
Yeah.
The other way around, I was super heartbroken actually, to be honest.
Okay.
Right.
When that superiority complex breaks down.
Yes, exactly. That was the exact thing what has happened. Right. So then I was like, I have to start something on my own. I don't wish to rely on all these things. Then there were other 2 friends of mine in college. So then I have spoke to them that, I want to start an agency where we can help online businesses, the local stores grow. Or let's say cafe, XYZ, or someone wants a website. You know how digital marketing works, right?
Yes.
So we have basically started with 3 people, LLP company,
Yes.
partnership, right? So from there, we have made substantial sales, but it wasn't good. I wasn't excited actually. On the ongoing process, I wasn't excited. I was more of a risky guy. I want to put all in and I want to experiment things.
Just push yourself to the edge and
just feel the experience, that thrill. It's superb.
Get that
actually.
adrenaline rush.
Yes, that's exactly what I was looking for, but unfortunately, I couldn't get it. I've ran it for we have ran it for 1 year.
You were having other rushes at that time, I feel.
Not at that time. Basically at the end of DigiBros.
Yeah.
Then I had a break of thinking to do something else.
Yeah.
Right. I've learned digital marketing course. I have founded a digital marketing agency, but I wasn't aware of these things. I was managing people. I have a certain understanding of how to run the business. That's it. I don't have in-depth knowledge of how to do it. Right. So then I've later learned the digital marketing course, and then later.
So first you had a digital marketing agency, and then you learned.
Yes, then I've learned it actually. Because if someone asks me something in any other interview or anywhere else, then I'm dead close. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Right. So in the beginning stage, people don't want you to be managers. They want you to work actually.
Yeah. Personally, I learned digital marketing just to make conversation and sound cool because everyone were doing that. At that period of time, digital marketing, this is
That
not
was
like.
a booming era for digital marketing.
Yeah. Now everyone is doing it. Like
Yeah.
basically AI can do right now, I guess so.
AI can do, but you have to go with AI, but you cannot actually completely rely with AI. You have to have a person expertise.
You need to always have that human touch.
Human touch is very important. Yes,
Yes,
you have
yes.
exactly said it. Human
Yeah.
touch is always important because AI goes with the data given by the company or the people who have founded it, the foundation. But we have to tweak it on top of it. Otherwise, it's going to be a dumb shit solution.
Yeah, human touch is important
Yes.
for everyone. Yeah.
Okay. I can't talk of these things as of now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, talking about criticism, I feel like, from the beginning, there are a lot of people, obviously, they're going to critique you, like, of course, you're going to be the next Zuckerberg, you're next Musk.
Sarcastically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I myself have joked a bit too.
Yeah. People do it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
even I do it for other friends. As well.
Yeah, you did to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you take it actually?
It's like critics are always there. But when something is very clear in your mind that you definitely know deep down inside your heart that you can do it, right? If someone else, Zuckerberg, has done it in 20 years or in 19 years, then why can't we?
Yes.
It's not something, supernatural, right? He has had a right mindset. He was smart and he could do it efficiently. And the timing is very important. If I have founded Facebook kind of application right now, it doesn't make any sense because it's already there.
It's already there.
So the timing is very important, and Zuckerberg has just cracked it.
Yes. So you
And
think
coming to criticism, like that's what I've said, right? You cannot take things to the heart. Emotional intelligence is very important.
Yes. Something which I have learned very recently.
Yeah, that has to be there. Otherwise,
has to be there.
you are going to be a mad person very
Emotional
soon.
intelligence is important.
Yes.
Not only in intelligence,
Emotionally is a
Emotionally.
keyword there.
Yeah. Emotional is everything, I
Yeah.
believe. The more mentally you're strong.
Because that's what you have to be as a founder. You have to be mentally so much prepared.
Yes.
In the beginning of the days, I felt like, now I'm going to start. 3 months later, I'm going to build the application. 6 months later, I'm going to raise funds. 9 months later, I'm going to make profits.
Yeah.
That was a naive state where I was in.
Yeah.
And later on, you'll be having those steps where you'll understand that it's not a 100-meter sprint. Startup is not a 100-meter sprint. It's a marathon. You have to continuously run at a good speed again. You cannot run slowly again because day by day the tech is improving. If you can't, keep up with it, then it doesn't make any sense again.
I can't even keep up with the updates I'm getting on my phone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Instagram, WhatsApp, the Meta actually.
Yeah, I hate Instagram for that, man. Like it just changes that share button every time.
Yeah, it changes. It keeps on experimenting, and we cannot actually deny. We just have to go with it as if it's our family member.
It's more than a family member at this point of time.
Like morning you wake up, you see the stories, you get the updates, you get the news and everything, and then you have a new perspective and everything.
Yeah.
And it's a stalker, the best stalker I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
You speak, you go anywhere, you search something on Google or anywhere else, it's going to catch you up.
So, coming to the journey, I saw you were very stressful in the beginning. Personally, I saw you. You used to take a lot of stress at night. Does this journey, being a founder of a startup, did it change you in a better way? What changes you saw in yourself?
Better way as in how you're talking about? Like taking over the stress or anything?
Stress or being calm?
It's all about the hits you're going to take in your life or in the journey. Right? Like, let's say if I was this person of this mindset in the beginning, I would be less stressful at that time.
Yeah, that I feel.
Because that's a journey. You have to take the hits, then you're going to understand.
Yes.
Initially people used to come and leave. That was a stressful moment for me. But right now, if someone leaves, I don't feel that stress because as long as you stick to something, you're going to end up good. We don't know how long it's going to take, but it's going to end up good. That's what I've learned. And then after for other reasons or any reasons,
Yeah.
I've understood what's in my hand, what are the controllables in my hand.
Yeah.
Right. So that's very important
The
actually.
famous line, controllables.
Yeah, the controllables, like what's in my hand.
Yeah.
Like if it's not in my hand, that doesn't make any sense.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So it has to be in my hands, otherwise I'm not going to think about it.
Yeah, let's not stress anything which is not in our hands.
It's actually a good thing we had so many hits initially. I mean,
Yeah.
previously.
I had hits physically too, man.
I haven't been to hospital ever.
Yeah.
For the information actually.
I have been regular customer to hospital for over a year. I had broken ribs and hands and everything. So it was pretty.
How was the experience, by the way, going to hospital so many times?
It's wonderful. You should try that sometime.
No,
you know.
I'm good
You should.
actually.
Being stagnant is very horrific.
So,
Especially when you're jobless. When you don't have anything to do and you're just sitting on your bed all the day with broken
so you
arms
want
and ribs.
something wild adventure to happen.
It happened.
It happened.
Yeah, it has
All by sudden, or
consequences
it
too.
was something planned. You want to have a break or something.
Why would I plan getting hit?
Okay.
No, it wasn't planned.
Hmm.
It was, I felt like, I have
So
learned.
I remember actually you wanted to start podcast at that moment, right?
Yes.
So how was it? How was your feeling after damaging your body and not able to perform anything or think about anything because your ribs were fractured and everything, right?
Yeah.
So how was the movements that time? You want to start the podcast that time itself?
It was somewhere around last year, August, I suppose, if I'm remembering. Everything was ready. The shoot was gonna happen somewhere.
It was in
around-
Bangalore, right?
Yeah. The shoot was gonna happen around 10 days before that accident. Everything was ready. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. It was like very hardest and roughest phase, if I want to
I
say.
remember we spoke those days as well. And
Yeah, almost every day, I guess so. So it was that phase, and I was like, you know what? Screw everything. I'm gonna do this now.
Cool. That has
So-
to be the attitude of
Yeah,
anything.
I've seen
Physical
enough.
or emotional, whatever it is.
Yeah, I've seen enough. What worse I could see.
Yes, exactly. That
Yeah.
has to be the once you
What-
hit the lowest point, nothing else matters
Yeah,
to you.
what worse I could see more than this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I was like, I want to start it. Everything was ready. I was very focused. I was very committed. No distractions, nothing. I was very committed. So it did happen. It's like, let's just take a day off. I know something big is coming. Before that, let's take a day off. But destiny had something else for me. I was hit, and for 2 months I was on the bed. My ribs were broken. I couldn't speak even this long. My arm was broken too.
More than physically, emotionally, you must be very,
It was
it
because
hit you very hard. I guess that was your lowest point of starting somewhere,
Yeah.
want to do something and couldn't do it physically and
going
emotionally
against
as well.
the odds, just trying not to go to that conventional route. I would want to say. I don't want to say corporate. Filling up the confidence in you. You know what, I'm gonna do this, and all of a sudden it feels like a universe is trying to give me a sign. This is not destiny wants me to do. You mentally go into that phase. So it was like that for 2 months. Even the recovery took some more time. And then I was like, let's skip this part. Let's go, safer side. I just wanted to do something. I was done with being jobless or work, just sitting around and warming the sofas. I was done with this. You know what?
Warming the sofas. That was a good one.
Yeah,
actually.
warming the sofa. I'm doing this again now. I don't want to come out of the couch.
Yeah, it is pretty comfortable.
Yeah,
actually.
thank you.
Good
thank you.
setup.
Yeah. I personally took care of the couch.
Good.
All right. So it was like that, and then when everything happened, I learned to be very, very patient in that phase. I couldn't do anything. I have to be patient. I have to, my time will come. I'm gonna do it. I will be very, very patient.
Patience and persistence as well, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
Can wait, but you have to still thrive to work on it.
Yes,
Still
yes,
start
yes.
thinking about it,
But
dreaming
that
about it.
time is like a bonus for me because I felt like what I had in my mind at that time is very different. Now I am very much specific. I know each and every step, how it to be done. I have a very clear vision now. What should I do for the first month? Every technicality. How should I market this? What should I speak about? Before that, it was very vague. I'll be very honest. It was very vague. It was like, it was very impulsive. Impulsive. You know what? I'm going to do something now. It was like that. But later on, now that I'm very calm and composed, control myself, like, okay, I need to learn everything step by step by step. I have put everything now, and now this is the result. It did take a lot of time.
Yes.
But I believe good things take time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I'm fine. I'm actually glad that happened. It made me realize a lot of things. How to be very mentally strong.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. But I can't take many reasons now.
Now you're set, you can actually, hit the bull.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit it out of the park now. There's nothing stopping right now.
All the best.
Yeah. Thanks, man. So, talking about hitting off the park, your journey, entrepreneurship journey, what do you think one should keep in mind? Because I told you, before the podcast, I want to start something to, I want to something creative and all. If you want to suggest, if you had the same mindset, if you had the same knowledge now you have, what would you do previously before setting up the digital marketing agency?
Before setting up the digital marketing agency?
Yeah, the same mindset, same knowledge, emotional intelligence, everything. What would you do differently at that point of time?
I think the consumer psychology has changed a lot with respect to, with respect to the technology we have now. Everything has to be instant.
Yeah.
Right. Like there was nothing as quick commerce few years ago.
Yeah.
But if you see Zepto, Blinkit, I'm talking about quick commerce.
Yeah.
Quick commerce is like you get in like 10-15 minutes. Right. So if I had that mind, then I would have started a quick commerce startup which would give anything quickly to you.
Okay.
Right. So I feel always, not now or anytime else, you have to be cautious about what's going to be there for the next few years. If you have that forecasting mentality, then you're going to crack the solutions. But the execution is very important. No matter what kind of idea you have, the execution has to be very important. You have to go by data. You have to go with the process.
Yeah.
Idea can be raw, but you have to follow a few set of rules. Like you have to understand whom are you targeting.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? What is the purpose of doing it? Right. So those things have to be taken in mind. And the most important thing is how big is your market?
Okay.
Right. That mindset have to be there. Like if I would have started at that time, I would have taken all these parameters into a thing.
Okay.
And then I would have done something.
Okay.
Like knowing the market size. Okay. Knowing the industry growth, year on year growth. Like how rapidly is it growing, or is it declining, or there's a saturation point. Right. We have to be aware of all those things.
Okay.
Otherwise, those things you'll be aware only if you get started.
Yes.
Right. To get started, you just have to be naive in the beginning. If you know everything, you probably cannot start perfect.
Exactly.
Right. You have to be naive enough to learn things with a fresh perspective.
Yeah. I personally, I felt like, putting a camera, a mic, I'll sit on the couch. This will be it.
Yeah.
I'll start the podcast. 6 months later, I'll hit the
Exactly.
milestone.
I've just told you this thing. Like 3 months, I'm going to boom with profits, Ferrari, all those things.
Yeah, I was
those things always keep,
I was like, within 1 year, I'll go to YouTube Fan Fest.
Yeah.
I was like this.
But that has to be the mindset. Like that Josh keeps you, makes you learn things.
Yes.
And all.
And also what I have seen personally in you is like you started to having this open mind. You're now the person I knew few years back. You're very rigid. Like if you know what, I know this is the correct way to do anything. But now you're like open to take all the suggestions, open to learn every new thing, even the minute details. So that's a really nice. Like, how did you transition from that?
Actually, failures.
Like,
you get hit and then you understand that you're not the person who is going to know everything. Like there's nobody who's going to know everything, right?
Yeah.
You sometimes, maybe the other person is not able to sell you the thing properly. Or maybe you're not able to understand the other person's perspective.
Exactly.
So I always tell my employees or the other staff to have a calm mind, first understand things, see why they're talking, what they're talking, and then you can reply back. So that makes a better conversation and a better debate. Obviously, it's actually the thing. You have to first listen. You have to understand. But you cannot always make everyone talk about shit things.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just have to control that thing as well.
Mhm.
And you have to give the person a sufficient time to explain as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they feel cut off.
I felt like even in the beginning of this show, when I was planning at that time, it was very rigid. I'm gonna talk about anything. I'm not gonna stick with the theme. I'm gonna do whatever I felt
I've
like.
told you this thing as
Yeah,
well, if
yeah,
you
yeah.
remember.
I was like,
That was a naive state. That's what I'm stating.
yeah, yeah. I was like, I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna talk. I felt like I'm an interesting guy, and I like people will listen whatever I'm gonna
Yeah.
talk.
That's obviously there. That's
Yeah.
going to be there forever. In the beginning stage,
Yeah.
it has to. It is going to be there definitely for
But-
any person, no matter if it's Einstein's son or I don't know if there's a son for Einstein, but even if it's
No,
Einstein's son,
he was a virgin.
okay, maybe
He died a virgin.
okay. So maybe someone of same IQ level,
Yeah.
even if that person is a kid, they have to be in this stage initially.
Yes,
So
yes.
when the
yes.
hits come, again, not just failure. Failure will only give you a perception or the small hint of why you have failed. But you have to take that hint and you have to get better every time, even if it's 0.01%. Alright.
I feel like my biggest hit was in this way. It was a little bit of personal experience. So I was telling this person constantly, I'm gonna start the podcast. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I guess after few months, I was like, this is what I'm doing, and like that person was like, do you really think if you talk like this, if this is your show, people are gonna listen to you? And I'm like, yeah. Why don't? Then that person was like, I myself wouldn't listen.
Correct.
That was like, oh, that person was a little bit like, close to me. That was like a very big hit. Then I started digging deep, learning every small thing related to the sound mixing, mics especially, lighting, cameras, script writing. Not script writing in the sense the research like about the startups or whatever it might be. I have learned lot of things in this journey too. Even before the first episode, I have learned a lot of things. So yeah, I guess hits makers.
One thing for you, content creator or any marketing or anything, what I've understood is it's a very noisy world, right?
Very much.
Everyone does their own advertising, marketing, and everything, right?
It's annoying at this point.
It's annoying, but you have to get used to it.
Yeah,
In the noisy world, you just have to make people listen to you.
Yeah,
So you need to have that hook. Otherwise,
I was like, in the beginning, I was like, oh god, this guy is such a shit. I can do 100 times better than him. Now I feel like, oh my god, this guy is a legend now. He is doing it right. I wish I can go to that place.
okay.
It is like that, the time you learn something, you grow. You have a reality check to yourself. What are you? Then you grow. That's what I feel.
Yeah, that's correct actually. Self-awareness again is a very important thing. Like
Yes, yes.
not what's trending in the market or what buzzing in the market. It's what you are fitting into how you are fitting into the market, in which market you are fitting.
Yeah.
Where you can stand and perform without getting tired or without leveling down your excitement. Right. So that self-awareness is very important to any individual.
So self-awareness and reality checks.
Yeah.
Important.
Reality checks happen, but self-awareness is a constant thing. You have to get
Yeah.
self-aware.
I used
And
to,
you have to have an open mind as well, like you have mentioned.
Yeah, I used to be like this, like, no matter how low I am, I used to feel like I'm superior to most of the people I know. And like
That
I'm
has to be the attitude, but you cannot go with that attitude and talk to the person.
no, I won't talk to them. I like back of my mind. If I'm just like I'm in a very low position, if someone like, yeah, I know you can't do this, like, no, I'm better than you. Please don't give me sympathy.
That
It's just-
happens. Like even I hate sympathy.
Yeah, it's just one loss. That's it. I'm gonna bounce back. So coming about bouncing back, I've seen you trying out different things. You played cricket at a state level, then you started this marketing, and then some other thing. Now this. So, what makes you to constantly innovate yourself?
So that's what I'm saying. Like again, self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
Like I have started.
But you have tried different things, man. Like you have played cricket, you went to sports, and then you went to digital marketing. You have done BBA. You have been. I'm sorry to sorry, I forgot to mention. You were a trader too
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
You did trading.
Yeah.
And then you
I've
did
got a
investment
huge
banking.
hit as well. Like at a moment, like that was a bottom moment. I lived for like 2 weeks with 1 rupee in my account.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Then you started doing investment banking too, but you left it.
Yeah.
And then this. So what is making you to try new things?
It's like the kick you get inside from the heart. Like you'll understand. I have played cricket, a good cricket,
Yeah.
right? But I haven't been to a great level.
Yeah.
So I felt that even if I tried to a certain extent, the chances of getting there is a little bit low. My always inner mindset or the motivation is to get somewhere so big, right, that I enjoy my life to the best.
Yeah.
Right.
Living on your own terms.
Living on my own terms or whatever you call it. You know, I want my life to be, you know, at this level. There's a saying like life is like this.
Yeah, you want to be this.
You want to be this, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
That was always been there, and I felt that, you know, if I be in cricket, I might not be in that position.
Yeah.
Right. So I thought I might be something better at another thing. Right. So that's how I started DigiPros, and then I again said there wasn't the kick, or, you know, I didn't feel that I'm going to grow super good.
Yeah.
Right. Then I've started digital marketing, then investment banking. You know, I've learned it out of passion actually.
Out of passion.
And then suddenly I've got this thing in my head that, you know, why don't I do this? That's how it started. Again, it's the awareness and the kick you get in.
Yeah.
Like that's what I've said. You have to
Exactly.
perform long hours without getting tired for a substantial period, right? So there has to be some excitement in whatever you're working on. Otherwise, it's a dead thing. If not now, in a year or in 2 years.
Exactly. Personally, I myself have done investment banking too.
And you have also got the job as well, and then I've quit. If I can quote it.
No, you can't.
Okay.
You cannot
Okay.
mention the company's
Okay.
name. It's against the rules.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, it was very repetitive.
Yeah.
There's no challenge. There's no scope to create
Exactly.
anything.
Yeah.
I was like, I felt at that moment that maybe this is not my passion. Then I felt like maybe. I was like, then I spoke to a few people like, oh, now you realize this is not the path you want to be. I'm like, yeah. But then I was like, I did a lot of self introspection. Later I felt like, you know, I'm young.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. And moreover, I'm young. I'm 22. It's basically, I gained conscious from around 12, 13. It's like 8-10 years at max. I know the world. And I don't have to be too harsh on myself that, you know, I have taken a wrong path.
Yeah. That has been always a discussion since our graduation.
Yeah. I felt like that I haven't taken a wrong path. It's okay. I can change it now. And I'm not 100% sure that this is what I want to do. But through this show, I want to show a lot of people
Okay.
it's okay to take that risky step.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's okay to follow the passion. And if you feel like if you have taken the wrong passion as your only path, you can always change it.
Yeah.
And the main reason
That's what
for
I'm
this
saying. It's
show,
never too late to change.
yeah. And this is the main reason to start this show is to show everyone the stories, the experience, the people who have made it. Not necessarily made it very
made
big,
it, yes.
or at least someone who's
I've
following this
started
path.
it, exactly.
Yeah, I would like to call you to Graduate Dropout because you yourself has done varied things, but you are doing something very opposite to what you are doing
It's
now.
a general thing, right? Like people who do BBA or in business administration or in CSC
Yeah.
or MEC or anything, people fall out in different jobs.
Yeah.
It's just for the money purpose. It never,
Mhm.
it have never gave me any kind of excitement.
Mhm.
But it's the kind of impact we can give to the world. That's what always excited me.
Yeah. So, if not as a founder of a startup, what profession would you have chosen?
I would choose something more exciting,
Yeah.
more thrilling,
Okay.
more pressure.
More
which is a
pressure.
trader actually.
Trader,
A trader
yeah.
or something related to finance,
Yeah.
where options trading is too much of risk, right? And when you
Yeah.
have given so much of funds in your hand to handle your clients' money and all,
Hedge fund manager.
yeah, hedge fund manager and
Yeah.
all, I would have gone there otherwise.
Yeah. This is going too financial for
Yeah.
everyone here. Hedge fund manager in this, like I'll give you, you can read it down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we have talked about your startup, and I know this journey is a very very rough journey. I want to talk about the support.
Coming to the support, I have been supported by various kind of people, especially my dad and my mom, right? No matter what I do, like you can see the jumps in my life, right?
Yeah.
So there has to be some person who is supporting me always
Yeah.
to at least withstand and follow my passion.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad and my mom have always been there for me,
Yeah.
and my dad always wants me to do something which I love.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
No matter what it is, doesn't necessarily have to be a particular corporate job,
Mm-hmm.
right? So my parents always have been the pillar of whatever I have been right now.
Yeah.
And also my friends, like whoever I have been talking to, the feedback,
Yeah.
we know our gang, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like all the people who gave me good feedback, harsh realities sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to talk to a lot of people to understand their perspectives and to know how they think and all. So it's a good support with people from my family, from my friends, from people outsiders as
Yeah.
well. People have been kind to me,
Hmm.
thankfully.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now,
You
yeah.
think
yeah,
people have been very kind to you?
kind as in, yeah, few people have been kind and few people have been helpful, not being kind as well.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that hit has to be there to understand,
You are more thankful to the people who are not kind to you, actually.
exactly.
In
If
a
I
sense.
have to say, but
Yeah, yeah.
let's not go to that topic again.
Okay, okay. Why do you even jump all the time to there? All right. So coming to the support, was it only emotional support or was it about financial aspect too? Because I feel basically the first question which pops up to everyone who's a youngster who want to try out something very risky as such, two questions come.
Yes.
One is about, is people going to support me? Am I going to be accepted by everyone if I'm going to be in this rough and uncertain journey? The second thing is about the financial aspect. How did you tackle that?
I've always told people that it's not always about the money to start something, right? It's about the idea. It's about what you want to make in the coming years. What you feel is the right gap, and you think that this can actually crack the market, right? That is very important. Financially, to get started, you need support from your family or friends or from your savings.
Yeah.
I used to have little money in my account with
Yeah, you
Digi
did
Bros and-
save initially to start.
Yeah,
it.
initially I've saved, like I've kept very little money, like 15,000-20,000 a month. And then I've carried with that few months. And then my dad actually insisted me to do my masters and then actually get
MBA.
back. Yeah, MBA and then get back
Every
to whatever
father's
field.
dream.
Yeah. Dream as in even they want their child to be secured
Yeah,
at
I
some
get
point.
it.
But when they get convinced fully, then they're going to give their everything for us to win.
Yes, yes.
Right. So that has been my journey initially, and then later on, my dad has seen me, and then he has seen me working really hard actually of whatever I've worked hard previously.
Yes, yes.
So then he was like, okay, let's give him a try, or let's give him some support so that he could do whatever he wants to do. Fail or success, whatever might be the outcome, but he just wants me to do whatever I feel to do.
I guess that's the pretty much same story to me. Unlike you, I didn't have a plan for like a big app or anything. My dad pretty much wanted me to leave India, do masters, settle down, grow the corporate ladder one by one. He felt like that, yeah, he can do this. But I had different plans. I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm not going to do this. But I was very scared to tell him. And then somehow he got to know what I'm working on.
Okay.
He was pretty much confused. What is this guy even working on? He's busy all the time. He's having meetings. He's jobless, and how come he has, all the meetings, from morning to evening?
That's all obviously.
Yeah, that's what goes in.
Yeah.
So then he realized, like, what is he working on? What is that? And then I slowly tell him, listen, I am doing this.
Okay.
So
How slowly have you said that?
yeah, I have so read it. So listen, I am
How was
doing
the
this.
reaction, opposite
I
reaction?
didn't
Can you
even look.
imitate your dad?
No, I was just sitting like that.
Okay.
He was sitting. I
Okay.
guess he was watching TV or something like that. I just sat down. I was looking at that. So, Dad, I know you want me to go to MBA, do MBA, and you are pretty much excited about all the applications and the offer letters I'm getting. Yeah, he's like, huh? Then like, okay, but I'm planning to do something. Just give me 8 months of time. You know what I'm gonna do. Then he's
Was
like,
there no opposite answer
Then
when
like-
you're talking all these things?
no, he already understood everything.
Okay.
This guy
so I
is
was
doing
just
something.
listening. Actually,
Yeah.
the mature dad minds
Yeah,
kind
no,
of.
he already knew something is
Okay,
cooking
okay,
behind.
Okay, got it.
He's like waiting for me to
Yeah.
come and tell.
Okay.
So he was like, huh, so okay, then I'm thinking to start something. Like, what is it? Then like, okay, so I want to start a podcast. And I had to explain. I didn't even look at his face. I was looking at the TV and I was talking. I don't know what I was even watching. So I told
How was
him
the heartbeat that moment?
if it lasted for 2 more minutes, I would have gotten a cardiac arrest.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So
Understand.
then,
I've been there along, so many times.
So and then I was like, I want to do this. So is that what you're working on? Yes, Dad.
Hmm.
All right then, try it. And I didn't speak anything about financial things or anything. It's like, I want to try. Just give me some time. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, thank you. Then just got done. I didn't want to look at his face. I was too scared to
Was
look.
it after your after you have resigned from the job or before?
After.
After.
He didn't know I resigned. He knew I resigned it, but he didn't know why I did. He didn't ask me on my face. He was like, I resigned the job. Like, why? I didn't like the job. But what are you gonna do now? I'll see what to do next. He was disappointed because it was pretty good. It's one of the big fives. So he was like, all right. He always had this like, he's gonna learn from his own mistakes kind of
Correct.
person. So that's a bit of support which I got. I guess the best support I feel like, if you're not getting any, that's also a big support.
I just want to make a statement. Sorry to interrupt in between, but
Please.
when you have a good support from your parents, just use it
Yeah.
at the moment, because you never know how the financial conditions might be later.
Yes, exactly.
Use it as in use it in a good way, understand how to do things, and then use the financial freedom what you have got and make bigger things.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
There's no shame in asking for money or asking permission or starting to do things.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
many people think that I don't wish to ask money from my parents because I've never asked all these things, but you need money to start.
Yes, yes.
Otherwise your dream is being killed.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Those who are thinking that we are spoiled and all that, no. If you are fortunate enough,
Yeah.
little bit too, to start something, even the very less capital, let's just say 30K, 40K, that's also a big help, I
Yes,
feel.
exactly.
So
So,
that-
it's not that, if your parents are going to give you 30, 40, 50K or a lakh, right? They have invested so much in your education. as
Yeah,
well. Like,
use your
if they give you a
education.
lakh, you're not going to, sleep on the road and you're not going to eat food. You don't have to, there's
Exactly,
no
yeah.
food kind of thing. There's nothing as
Yeah.
that kind.
If
And
your
there's no
life,
fame. They haven't created any fame, but still they think of a lot of fame that what if I fail?
Yeah.
Nothing happens. A loss of 1 lakh, nothing happens for that.
yeah, if anyone is in that place where like just picking a chunk of the assets what they have or the wealth they have and putting onto something very riskier thing, if that doesn't drag them to the road, I suggest everyone should try.
They're not seeing the intangible benefits as well, actually.
Yeah.
Like, you are actually making a great perspective by failing as well.
Yeah,
You're
that I
understanding
want
at a
to say.
very early age, you're actually understanding how to run a business. That's a good thing, actually.
Yes, actually.
So, over a period of time, maybe 4, 5, 6 years, you'll be super good at what you're doing. Right?
I personally had this very childish perspective in the beginning. I'm like, if I am gonna do something, I'll make sure it is 100% successful in the end. I had that very later. Now I realize, like, it's okay even if I lose, but I'm not gonna be 100% failure. I'm gonna learn something out of it. Even if this fails, I have learned a lot of things. I have learned how to manage people. I've learned about marketing. I'm at least two steps ahead of a person who is just working in front of the laptop, just doing repetitive things. I have knowledge on different things now. Maybe not the expert, but at least in the intermediate level. That I feel like people should take this takeaway. Like,
Yes, it's
you're
a very
not
good
gonna
point
go-
actually.
You're not gonna go empty-handed if your startup fails, or if you're trying to come into music. You learn something.
Not always profits are important, right?
Yeah.
Your self growth is also very important.
True,
That most of the people don't see as a gain actually.
Yeah, exactly.
So, if I haven't done the previous startups or the edtech, digibros or whatever it is, I haven't been in this perspective at the present moment. I have failed previously. That's why I have a better perspective than my previous years.
Yeah.
Right? How early you fail, the better you're going to be in the future.
Exactly. I felt like I've seen enough failures now that
Yeah.
I like
There are
only.
going to be a lot more, but again, it's the same naive situation, and we are going to be
Please.
better later.
Please don't. I
I'm not
can't take
discouraging you,
anymore.
but it's going to happen again.
I can't take anymore.
That's where the thing emotional intelligence has came into me. What are my
Yeah.
controllables? I cannot think of anything else at the present moment.
Here comes the controllables again, guys.
Yeah.
Controllables of the life is important.
Mm.
But man, I seriously can't take more lower things than this. But I'm pretty much confident I'm gonna take whatever comes at me. But I'm gonna bounce back better than I have done before.
Mm.
Now that I have seen lot of things,
Mm.
now that I have grown a little bit of emotionally strong, I would say. Looking back at the things, how I reacted in those situations, I was like, wish I would have done better now.
Yeah, that's always
Yeah,
the feeling.
I was like, I wish I hadn't done that thing at that point. I wish I hadn't done this.
But you have to do those things to have
True,
this
yeah.
mindset actually.
Yeah, be a fool before you get wise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, your quotes are like
Yeah.
pretty cool.
This goes on a t-shirt now. Be a fool before you are wise. Merchandise coming soon. Talking about personal life, I basically see you have a zero personal life now, rather than
Not
being at
personal
office.
life. I do enjoy my days after the working hours, but not something where I can show social media that I have been going to some places new,
Where are you even going, man? I don't even know what are you doing
like
these
late
days.
nights when I like after my working hours. I sometimes go out with my friends and roam for a
Okay.
while and come back to the home. And
Okay.
then Sundays I'll be a little bit free. So
All right.
the days where I'm working in office are more exciting than the off days.
Yeah.
That's going to hit you when you invest money,
Yeah.
and you want people to work all the time, and
I
the
feel like-
Narayan Murthy 70 hours I guess
Yeah,
a week or
72.
60 hours,
Yeah.
Seven-
72 hours, I guess. So.
70 hours odd,
He basically wants his employees to sleep on the campus.
yeah. Again, that's going to be a different debate again now.
Yeah. We're gonna make an episode specially for that. What do you feel about, basically finding the right people to do the job?
So the most important aspect of any
Mhm.
startup is a team,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
You cannot do everything all by yourself.
Yeah.
You need to have a good complementing team. By complementing, I mean by complementing, you have to have a set of team who can actually do the various aspects of a company, right? You cannot always have the whole team into the tech or the marketing or the sales, right? You need to have a complementing team where each person can complement each other. There has to
Okay.
be a synergy kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
The right person to a right job is when you have a journey with them.
Okay.
Right, and one of the thing which I have failed doing is managing the people initially was when I used to hire them, I used to be in a rush that I was putting in capital, right? I was in a rush that I have to make them things done and all those things. But you cannot rush people because there's a certain period where they have to understand what the business is about. You need to give them that particular space to understand what the business is, how they can actually perform it, right? So that space when you give them, you actually understand how you can actually put the person in the right place.
Yeah. I have also see this lot of guys I have met who are starting something from the scratch or building a startup. They're like, I can do this by myself. I'm a lone warrior, lone wolf kind of thing. I totally disagree with that. I feel like a person should have a team for sure. No big giant has been built by a single person.
Yeah.
The single person can lead them,
Mm.
carry that motivation and that vision in a right path, but he cannot do everything.
Correct.
And I feel like myself, I don't have a team, but my friends are my team right now.
Mm.
And the kind of feedback they have given at every step,
Mm.
it kind of opened my mind. Okay, maybe the point of view I have is different. Maybe it's irrelevant. They taught me a lot of things.
Mm.
Not only my friends and also the people who are working on it. They taught me a lot of things.
Mm.
How to do things. And like, if I was a lone wolf, I don't think so. Even I would be able to pull you to the episode. I feel like if I was the only one.
So again, like if you want to scale things,
Mm-hmm.
you can start alone. But if you want to scale things, you need to have a compact, complementing team
Mm-hmm.
because you alone can't do it again,
Yeah.
right? And so many people have great ideas as well.
Yeah.
But then they need to have a set of team, and most importantly, they need to have a co-founder with them as well.
Yes. I
Right.
feel like it's very important.
Like you might be a good techie, but how are you going to place your product in the market?
Exactly.
That's a task of a marketer, right?
Yeah.
So you need to have that co-founder as well with you, so that you both can actually make a synergy.
Yeah.
Right. So
Best
that's where
of both the worlds.
yeah, exactly.
Technical marketing.
Yeah,
and
technical marketing. So that's how a company works, right?
yeah.
So you cannot actually target only tech, build a great market, great product and everything. But if you can't market it properly, then that doesn't make any sense.
And I have personally met your team the other day when I was coming to your office.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Okay.
You had a pretty good team. They were
Yeah.
very fun.
Yeah.
To actually engage with.
So that's why I always want to make a team, a young team actually.
Yeah,
the
especially.
culture haven't been in their mind. There's no culture in their mind actually. It's a fresh mind.
Yes.
So whatever culture you imbibe, that's going to be their culture actually.
Yes, exactly.
So that's why I always prefer the young team because they are going to be flexible with you as well.
Yeah. I feel like if I am taking suggestions, a lot of people are gonna disagree with me. I definitely don't want to take suggestion from someone who's older than me.
Okay.
Older than me, let's just say like more than a decade. I don't want to take suggestion from them because their minds are rigid. The thing they know, they feel like that's the world. The world is constantly changing. I feel like I'm open to take suggestions or mentorship to someone my own age. If you are older, you don't have anything to tell me. The world you have seen is different. The world is right now.
But then you cannot actually have a clear judgment on that.
Yeah.
But it differs. Like what you have said is right, but not everyone, like not 100% of the people who are older than you a decade.
Okay.
But few people, like let's say Zuckerberg, he is more than 30, 35, 40 around, right?
Yeah.
So you can actually take his feedback, right? Let's say
those are exceptional. Those are exceptional.
There will be people. Zuckerberg got success, but it doesn't mean that he knows everything, right?
Yeah.
He has got the right product at the right time. That's why he has been successful.
Yeah.
But there are more smart people as well in the market, but they couldn't make it in time.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
So you can take people's suggestion,
Yeah.
but you have to be cautious. Again, you have to take the suggestion, but you have to execute what you feel is right.
But I don't know. Still, I'm not being able to convince on this point.
Yeah.
Because I let me say this. I'm a person who believes have a degree and then take a risk or try out whatever you want. But coming to the younger people who are just like 5 years younger than me, they have different vision and different perspective. They're like, I don't need a degree for anything. And I have met those people. I have met those kids. I want to say, I feel older now. I feel very much older.
Yeah.
I have met those kids and they're like, why aren't you going out to college? Please go to college. Then you can do that. I started sounding like my dad.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, you don't need a college for anything.
That's all the Instagram reels and the things they are just fascinating about. But that doesn't make any sense. You have to
What is your take on this? Is startup industry getting like a trendy thing?
It's the exposure actually. The kind of content which has been releasing on Instagram and other social media applications, people are thinking that it's a cakewalk right now. You don't need to have anything. You can do it all by yourself. You can scale everything. You don't need to have any knowledge or XYZ. Not it's not always about what's there, what's the data, or what's in the textbooks, or what exactly are the definitions or the theory, but it's always about how you're going to handle the people. Where are you going to learn it? How are you going to know different perspectives of different people? How are you
Okay.
going to know the mindsets of different people? The most important characteristics of an entrepreneur is having good empathy. Right? You need to understand the other person's mind state of what they're capable of. Okay, how they feel now. You have to give that space as well. So if there's no empathy, the soft skill which I'm talking of, then you cannot be a good founder or you cannot be a good manager. If I have to cut it short.
That is true to every level.
Yeah.
I feel like now the teenagers of all this exposure or the trend which has been set in the social media, people are like, the young kids are just being drawn towards the startup ecosystem.
Yeah.
They are like, okay, I'm gonna get rich. I don't have to work under anything. I don't have to work, 9 to 5. But what they fail to realize is like, you're not gonna work 9 to 5. You're gonna work 9 to 10.
Exactly. Like, that's the harsh truth.
Yeah, you're not gonna work 9 to 5.
There's not even a rigid time. 9 to 10 is like what we assume, but it's going to be a lot more than that.
Yeah, I've seen you staying up till like 11, 12, I guess.
Yeah.
After everyone leaving.
Yeah.
So I feel like being drawn towards this trendy, people started feeling like this is a trend. And a lot of people do this for money. Like, I want to get rich. What is the best possible way?
The stories in Instagram, like, I want to buy a Porsche. Before 20, I have to be a millionaire and all those things. I guess you can relate to someone.
What? No.
Anyway,
this is going to be edited.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Running after money through this way. What is your view? What is your take on this?
Again, you're going to fail if you're going to run after money. You're going to get failed. Like, there's a point. Always you're going to fail it at the beginning, right?
Okay.
So if you run after money, you're not going to get any lessons out of it.
Yeah.
But if you run after a purpose, then you have great chances to get a lesson out of it.
Yeah.
Then you have a great chance to grow as well.
Yeah.
Right. Money is a byproduct of what you're building. But you cannot build money, right? You can build a product, get some money out of it. Right? That has to be the case for everyone as well.
Yes.
The trend comes and goes. If not startup, there'll be some other name later on. But the thing is, drop shipping or few people are right
digital
now
marketing.
Not just digital marketing. I'm not able to
affiliate
marketing, network marketing and all.
Join 3 more guys.
3 more people.
You will
That's
buy BMW in 6 months.
That's not exactly sales.
Yeah.
There's no branding, marketing. There's no audience. There's no demographic details or exactly. They're just pushing. They're just bluffing people.
I feel like they portray themselves as the,
next entrepreneurs or the next biggest thing in the world. That doesn't make any sense.
They'll be like,
they're just bluffing people. Like,
level 2 manager.
If I have to bluntly call them, I'm going to call them bluffers actually.
Yeah.
They're not network marketing or anything. They are just bluffing people, making them buy things, and the network is like, 3 people.
Yeah.
That bubble is going to burst anytime soon and people are not going to believe.
They never actually tell what exactly they are doing.
If you're going to say, then they're not going to make any sale out of it.
Yeah. Then so it's just all show off.
That's what it attracts people, right?
Yeah.
They tell the hard truth after buying the course and they're going to say that, now you do the same show off in the social media, get attention of people, get few people, tell them to do the same thing and it goes on. End of the day, it's going to burst.
Okay.
And later on, they're not going to, maybe, I'm not sure, but I don't like the way they're doing it.
Okay.
There's no impact, there's no purpose, there's nothing. It's just pure raw money by, getting money by bluffing people. That's it.
That's true. Hope no one was offended in this video.
People have to get offended sometimes because they have to know whether they're doing the right thing or not.
Yeah. I don't know how they sleep at night.
That's too offending, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So,
talking about one more thing, what is the trend you have seen? I guess you have been researching and constantly in the market. You have been trying out different things. What is the 5 years then versus now coming to the startup ecosystem?
If you see, people are talking about AI, right? AI is like currently in a very, if I call the baby stage, But still,
this is
it's
a baby stage.
Exactly. This is just the beginning of AI actually.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, India doesn't have much foundations of AI. If we can crack the AI foundation and if we can build sustainable, AI foundations and everything where the Indians can have an upper hand, then India's market is going to boom because future it's going to be AI.
So
And
future is AI.
Future is AI, but it's all about how you're going to use the AI. Like we have spoke in the beginning, a human touch is always required.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say you want to start a business, right, of XYZ.
Yeah.
If you right now, if you're putting up 3 people, tomorrow it's going to be putting up one person who is going to handle the AI.
Okay.
Right. That's how it's going to work. And it's all about how you're going to use the AI and build businesses.
Use AI to your own benefit.
And make efficiency in your company and in your business. Because data is going to be run by, a business is going to be run by data. Right. So data, how much data you have, that much more powerful you are in making decisions.
So data is everything.
Yeah, data is everything at the current
moment. Which we have learned from, I guess, that people still fail to realize this.
Fail to realize as in, in the moment, in the moment they just go with the flow. They don't realize how important data is.
They still don't read the data policies whenever they say accept.
Yeah, data policies and all.
Yeah.
But then again, the trend which is going to be in the next 5 years is how you're going to use the AI. If you see this, an AI right now, Zora, I guess.
Yeah.
Which can actually make a video for you with a prompt.
It was very, very terrifyingly good.
Yeah. Terrifyingly good, and it was unfortunate for few videographers and photographers as well. I guess
it's gonna erase a lot of animators. Video editors.
It's not going to erase animators, but it's going to erase people who are not smart enough to get adapted.
Exactly.
Yes. The adaptation is very important. You are never going to get erased by anyone, but you have to be smart enough to use it as a tool for you to grow. Right? Otherwise, you're going to be erased.
All right.
At the end.
And also, I want to say this thing like people get scared that AI is gonna take jobs of us.
AI, and if I have to mention one more thing, virtual reality is going to be the next biggest thing.
Okay.
Where all the big companies are going to are working in it. Meta, Apple, Microsoft.
What about Multeway?
Yeah, we are also planning to imbibe AI, but we are not building any foundations. We don't have the resources, right?
I'm gonna use the virtual reality very much.
Like, we have actually a small idea in our head to bring an AI into the application, saying that, let's say I want to go for XYZ cafe. Okay. AI, please help me. What are the most happening places in Hyderabad? So that it can take the data at the present moment and give where are the places where people are more crowded, okay, or where are the places where there is less rush, right? So accordingly you can go to that particular place, right? And then you can ask people, you can ask AI that, connect me if there's someone looking for a cricket partner or a badminton partner, or who is planning to go for Goa. If you're in Goa, tell me someone who is willing to share an accommodation or whatever it is, right? It's going to seamlessly connect people because the data which is going to be in the application is going to be processed and going to give an insightful data. Yeah. I guess you want to crack something, a joke or something.
No, not a joke. I'm just imagining how I'm going to use this,
I can see it in your face actually.
I have crazy ideas for this now. I seriously want to
Let's not disclose all those things.
Okay. Yeah, again, this is family friendly show.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence and the virtual reality. Tomorrow we are not going to sit this way, but it's going to show this way with respect to the VR.
Yeah.
Virtual reality.
You don't even have to come to the studio.
You don't have to come to the studio. You can actually portray a person sitting right in front of you, and you can actually shoot it. That's going to be the quality and everything.
I guess then you won't even lift my calls. For sure.
Hopefully, if that's the case, then you're going to be the next
what?
Best content creator and the best.
Hopefully. Let's not jinx it. Hopefully, I do.
Okay.
But again, I'm not doing this to become best, or again, I don't want to be a hypocrite and just say, don't go and do it for the money. Do it because you want to build something. Do it because for the experience. a learning experience. Because I personally felt the time I have worked in a company, I didn't learn pretty much nothing. I did master MS Excel though. Other than that, I have done nothing. Other than that, I don't know how to manage people. I don't even know what goes into marketing, even though I have studied international business and everything. But right now, I'm learning a lot of things. I guess if I just quit it and go back, I guess I'm gonna be much better than what I was in the last 1 year. So see it everything as a learning experience. Life should be like a journey. How people have been brainwashed and made believe that these they showed like 10 dishes and like these are the 10 best dishes. But once you grow, once you try different cuisines, you start feeling like what, they are not only 10 dishes.
Yes.
There are 100 dishes
Yeah.
which I can
That's why
get a
exploring is
taste.
very important as well.
Yeah, so I feel like once I started tasting different cuisines, I'm like, oh, I have lot of options, not just 10 options, either a banker or a marketer or a doctor and all these things. You have a lot of things to do. Just people are scared to try new things. That's what I feel. It's a great
Exactly.
analogy, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Dishes.
is happening actually. Oh yeah, analogy. Yeah, dishes was a good one.
Yeah. I'm gonna pat myself for this. Yeah. Please continue.
Yeah, like I've said, VR is going to take over as well.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go anywhere. You can actually have your meetings right in your bedroom itself. Right. Any kind of meetings again.
Okay.
Right. Just friends or corporate meetings or anything. It can be anything. And you
What
can
kind of other meetings you have
with
than
your
this?
girlfriends if you want to be,
Ah,
or if
let's not go
someone
there.
you find anywhere, or with
Let's
your
not
friends
go
or
there.
anyone. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much my phone is empty.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
drier than Sahara.
Okay. I don't
Yeah.
think so, but
No,
for the record, yes.
it is
Okay.
drier than Sahara. We did speak about trends, and coming to final segment, I want to ask you a few questions. It's like if I am someone, a youngster, I have just graduated, and I want to do a startup. It can be on anything. So, what things you would suggest me to do? What kind of mindset? What are the key and vital elements you want to keep in mind?
Actually, I've been inspired a lot through Shark Tank. There's a
Okay.
bit of drama in there, but you can actually learn a lot of terms as well.
Yeah.
Right. Where one of the shark, Anupam Mittal,
Yeah.
right? He has
Tony Stark
he,
of India. People have started
yeah,
calling him that.
he looks that way as well.
Yeah.
And he has vast knowledge in various sectors as well.
Yeah.
So he says the 4 T's actually, right? Which is the team,
Okay.
right? Technology, TAM, which is a target audience, target market, right? And then the next thing is going to be the timing.
Timing, yeah.
Right. Person who is going to start a business or he has any idea, he has to look after these things. Like
40s.
Yeah. At what time is he launching? Like I have said you, right? Like if I launch Facebook right now, it doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
Right.
Similar to Facebook.
Yeah.
You mean?
And yeah, similar to Facebook, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So the timing has to be perfect. Right. You need to have a good team to do it.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
When you have a good team, you need to have a great technology to compete with the others. Right? The competitive edge is very important, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, there'll be not millions, but maybe thousands or hundreds of people with the same idea outside the world.
Yeah.
Right. So that what I've said, the timing, the technology, the team, and the total addressable market. Like how big is your market?
Yeah.
Let's say a clothing brand. Okay, in that, how big is your clothing brand?
Yes.
The clothing market in India, let's say. And how big is clothing market, a fashionable market in India? Right. When you go to the niche, you have to also understand how big is your market as well.
Yes.
Like if your market is not big, you have very slight chances to succeed.
Exactly.
Right. If the market is very small, again, there's a very, less chances for you to succeed.
Yeah.
Right. Bigger the market, there are better chances for you. Right. These are the 4 T's everyone has to look after.
Okay.
And most importantly, you need to have a good idea with a great perspective to start a business more than the capital.
Yeah.
Because you can convince people, if you have a great idea, you can actually convince people for free. Because there will be a lot of other people who want to start a business.
Hmm.
Right? So you can actually bring on few people, make something out of it.
Yes, yes.
Can be anything. Can be, we call it as a minimum viable product.
Okay.
Right? MVP.
MVP, yes,
Which
yes.
is a product for the testing purpose to validate whether our concept can fit into the market or not.
Yeah.
Right? They can get started with a basic product. They don't have to build something super good and and they don't have to show it off the world. That's where people actually demotivate themselves. That let's say if they want to make something like an Amazon.
Yeah.
Right. They feel like, it's a big team, it's a big tech, they have a lot of money. So that's why, at the moment I cannot do it. But Amazon didn't start with a, e-commerce giant, right?
Yeah.
They have
They
started with
a
selling
single
books.
country. Yeah.
Right. You just have to make a minimum viable product with the least money, with a good team. You just have to build it, prove it, like validate it with different people, get some feedback from people, pitch your idea to everyone. And one more thing I want to say is never be afraid to tell about your ideas.
Yeah.
No one is going to take away your idea.
Exactly.
Right. People think that, yeah, if I say this idea, they might steal my
idea.
That
But they're
doesn't
not
work
gonna
in
steal
real
your
world.
execution.
Yeah, they cannot steal your execution or your
Yeah.
vision as well.
Yeah.
Because that's what you have in your head,
Yeah,
which they
yeah.
cannot have.
I have a different perspective for this. I feel whatever you're building, it is like dating your work.
Yeah.
It
It's
can
like,
be harsh.
I won't call it as a dating, but I call it as my baby.
Baby.
Like, which
okay.
I'm grooming and which I'm
Okay.
making it super efficient. And
Even though I'm dating, I call baby too.
yeah, that's maybe your
Yeah,
what
yeah.
to call about.
Yeah, but I see this as a dating thing because sometimes it can be harsh, sometimes it can be very sweet, sometimes it can be exciting to go for, sometimes it is very scary to go,
Yes,
and so it's a mixed feelings. So I see this something I'm dating currently my own work. That's what.
And also, last point I want to say is start something if you're actually dreaming about it at nights.
Yeah.
Right. I had a lot of dreams when I've started actually.
Okay.
That I was doing this thing, at particular day, and I want to build this thing, and suddenly at midnight I used to wake up and I used to write notes that
Yeah.
I might forget that thing.
Yeah, I
Right?
remember
I
this.
don't want to forget that thing. If you
Yeah.
have that kind of passion, that kind of
Yeah.
excitement in you, which doesn't make you sleep well and keep on making you dream about those things, then you have to get started. That's
Yeah.
the ultimate sign you can get as
But
an
this is
entrepreneur or a founder. You want to start
exactly.
something.
Please, everyone, do follow this suggestion. If it makes you not sleep, then you should follow.
Anything can be anything
Can
actually.
be anything. But coming to the end note, so we have covered pretty much everything we want to know. How to do the startup or something. I want to ask this very sensitive issue. How is the funding situation right now in the market, especially in India, where we have been seeing that funding is happening a lot. A lot of startups are coming up. A lot of startups are going unicorn day by day. Every week we see a startup going unicorn. What is your take on this? How is your experience for funding? I believe you have gone for one.
I've pitched my idea to investors, but I've never raised any money. It's completely
you didn't.
bootstrapped as of now.
Yeah.
But if you if you want to take my view on it, unicorn is just a valuation. Let's say if I give you 1 crore for a 0.0001%, your company is a unicorn startup.
Yeah.
Right. So that's just a valuation.
Okay.
So that investors can get exit. It's not the
Yeah.
value of the company. Right. It's not the actual value of the company. Actual value of the company is how good the business model is. Like, are they spending enough money? And are they getting, the substantial profits from them? And are they employing good number of people? Are they serving for a greater purpose?
Okay.
Right. Those things are very important rather than the valuation and all. Valuation is just something where investors get profit. Right.
Alright.
Let's say if I invest 1 crore for let's say 10%, and for the after with that 1 crore, you have after an year you have made the company valuation into 100 crores. So my investment will be into 10x. Right. my investment will be 10x again.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's how, as an investor, I'm going to get an exit. That
Yes.
doesn't, yeah, valuation is good, but that doesn't make your company super good than
Super
the
good.
other
Yeah,
company.
exactly.
Right. So it's for the investors' purpose, and for you to understand how big is your company, or for you to get the debt from the
It's just on
outside
the paper.
resources, just on the paper, right?
Yeah.
You don't have the hardcore cash in you,
Yeah.
right? So valuation again, it's just again for the investors' perspective.
So I have been hearing a lot.
And the aspiration of starting a business shouldn't be to make it as a unicorn startup or XYZ startup.
Mm-hmm.
The aspiration is to serve the idea which you're actually dreaming of, to make it into reality, to actually bring out some purpose out of it, right? So, and also you have to build a substantial business model for you to run for a longer period.
Yes, yes.
You cannot keep on burning money as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess we have pretty much covered most of the things which I wanted to learn.
Yeah.
And I feel like most of the people want to know about these things specifically. Whoever are interested to do a startup, and especially at a age of 2022, which same age, I guess we're pretty much covered up. To summarizing, I'm gonna just point out everything, add on few.
Okay.
So be committed to your work, date your work, marry your work, raise your work, um, and keep in mind of your vision. Add on, brother.
Dream things, like, dream things, and try to bring them into reality.
Yes.
And you have to be speed enough to bring it into reality. Otherwise, the expectations of the consumers are going to be rapidly changing. Right. And remember the 4 T's which I've talked of before you start anything.
Have the right mindset.
Have the right mindsets. Be empathetic.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Also, even though it feels like very hopeless at the beginning,
Yeah.
it
But
will
if you
be
stick
better.
on to the market, if you stick on to yourself, you'll anyway get to the end.
Exactly.
You'll get with a good win.
Have faith, coming from two guys who have been very, very rough places.
Yeah.
It is gonna get better.
Hmm.
Not only professionally, personally, just don't stick to the personal life. Always this other side to look at too.
Yeah.
And I believe, even though you're not getting enough support, we are fortunate enough, we are lucky enough for both of us. We did have a good initial support from the family, from the friends and everyone. But those who are not having it, I just have one suggestion: just don't kill your dream.
Yeah.
Follow it, even though it feels riskier.
Can add on the point of MVP, minimum viable product.
Yeah, please.
Build something of your own. Build small, even if it's small, it doesn't matter. But this purpose have to be shown to others,
Yeah,
so that
size
you can
doesn't
actually,
matter.
you can actually validate your concept.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say the size doesn't matter. I'm talking of the scaling. Even though it feels like, am I gonna achieve this or not?
Yeah.
But don't just see like, when will I achieve
There'll be
the
always
milestone?
times where we feel like we cannot do it, but
Yeah.
those are the times you have to stick on to your mind.
Exactly.
There
I
will be always
guess-
things.
I guess that's what the real test is.
Yes.
You know, when you feel like, I know what,
How badly you want it
Yeah.
is what it matters.
I badly wanted to do this. I felt I had so many obstacles. Nearly from an year, I've been dreaming to do this, dreaming to be in the studio, talking all this.
Dream
It
come
was,
true moment for you.
yeah, dream come true for sure. I
A lot
was
to
like,
go again.
yeah, sorry.
A lot to go again.
Yeah,
for
yeah, a
you.
lot to go. Definitely. I'm just not gonna stop this.
Hmm.
So basically, it was like mind mapping every single detail. Finally coming to execution. It feels great, man. It feels greater than anything I have seen now. I was sad for a while that nothing is giving me happiness, that existential crisis and all that. Even though I'm 20, but I don't know why I got those. But yeah, when I started doing this, when you work hard to build something, the satisfaction is different.
Yeah. One last point I want to add it for someone who want to get started is,
Yeah.
write down your idea on a paper.
Yes,
Okay.
please do
Talk
this.
to people, talk to different people, shout out your idea, get feedback from them, iterate your idea again, write it down in your pen and paper, iterate it again. One fine day, you'll get a very refined idea which actually fits into the market.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how you can actually make a plan. Planning is very important.
Yes, yes. So ending this episode on a special note, since I'm talking with the founder of Multeway, whose special feature is shout out. Let's give shout out to Multeway.
Thank you.
Yeah, shout out to me too.
Okay, shout
Yeah.
out for TGD as well.
Yeah, please.
It was
Yeah.
great actually. We
Yeah.
had a good time as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's been a long time having these kind of
Yeah.
conversations as well.
Did you ever think that this would happen?
No, actually, a few years down the line,
Yeah.
never thought of we
Yeah,
both
we
actually,
both
being in
actually.
a podcast and
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. It's so lovely
That's how
to see.
life gives us twists and turns
Yeah.
as well.
If it takes you something, it will give you something.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, let's end this episode on a great note.
Yeah.
Please, Multiway app is gonna launch very soon. It's a great app. I have seen myself up close. I haven't seen anything very unique with unique features coming out in the last 2-3 years. It's just updates and updates. But this is very new. I want everyone to check it out whenever this comes out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I wish Arif,
yeah, please.
one of my very close friends,
I
to
love
have
compliments.
more, more podcasts with people
Yeah.
who are actually mentally a dropout. That's what we have thought, right?
No.
This is a great conversation as well. It can
Yeah.
help different people as well.
Yes,
If
yes.
you actually want to start something, I'm not someone super superior, but these kind
Yes.
of conversations, if you have with other people as well, you are going to make it big.
Yes, exactly. So that's about today's episode, and it's been a pleasure talking with a fellow graduate dropout. And stay tuned for more exciting content. I'm gonna come with many new stories, many experience where you can learn just how I am learning about different things. I learned a lot about the startup ecosystem. I'm gonna come up with different topic the next time. Follow all the social descriptions, please. I'm giving the links. We need that. If you wanna learn something, please do it. And